Hello and welcome back to another South African special of Warriors HQ. Today we're in Cape Town. We flew here on Sunday following our bonus point victory over the Toyota Cheetahs in Bloemfontein. To start the show, we've got all of the tries from that game, including reaction from DTH van der Merwe and man of the match, Adam Hastings.
On the Cheetahs backline, in comes the clear out and Hastings switches the plate. He's round two tackles and Adam Hastings, after just 71 seconds, continues that brilliant form that saw him get man of the match last week against Munster. What a Horn, knocked on by van der Merwe. Kicked on, and there's a chase here, and the Cheetahs could be in for the response. Lovely step coming from Van Rensburg. He's got Max Wane alongside him. Tackle coming in from Seymour, but away come the Cheetahs again, and they've got a man in space, and Malcolm Yar can pick it up, and from one end to the other, that is scintillating stuff from the South African side. Price to Johnny Gray, and now Xander Fagerson. Ali Price, a gap opened up, going through almost, and Ali Price will have the score. Glasgow have their second. It was coming, and at long last the Cheetahs defence buckled, and Ali to Priya, now to Lee, checks his run. Here comes Johnny Gray, the usual solid hit from him, but here comes Schoeman breaking another tackle, and the Cheetahs are going to be in for the score thanks to Nico Lee. Well, the Cheetahs have lost one of their main attacking threats. That's nicely done. Seymour back into his stride. It's an immediate impact from the yellow card. Tommy Seymour, the man that was down, he's certainly not showing any ill effects of it. And Alex Allen sets the platform, and now Callum Gibbons. Price to Hastings. Now Horn. And DTH van der Merwe will be in. It's a fifth try for Glasgow, and they're racing away with it now. DTH van der Merwe, the South African-born winger.
Release now, Upton. Stop.
Mayer onto Pokomela. They miss out Max Wane, and they get it to Malcolm Yar from Van Rensburg. I assume he'll be taking over the captaincy. Well, that's loose, and there goes George Turner. He's got Callum Gibbons on his shoulder, and Gibbons will get his try the day after his 30th birthday.
Steele is good, no problem.
So it was Dennis Visser. Glasgow have it back.
Ball backwards.
Callum Gibbons and George Horn. Well, he always seems to get in on the act.
Dee, what was said at half-time to prompt that second half performance?
I think we just we need to stick to the basics, just stick to our game plan. You know, we gave up too much ball. You know, gave them easy ball to you know, counter-attack with, and then you know our reactions after they got the ball was just a bit too slow. You know, winning the tackle, getting to the breakdown quicker than them, and you know, and when the ball was turned over, you know, our reactions to get back in defence probably wasn't good enough. So that's something we had to turn around in the second half.
Mate, where are you going to start keeping all your man of the match medals?
I mean, I think I've been pretty lucky the past couple of weeks to rob them, and I think the forwards, you know, stepped up amazing tonight. I thought Pete Horn was class. Ali Price was awesome coming back in, first game back in a while.
Yeah, it was it was a good game. Obviously, we scored a few points. You know, they're a great team and a hard team to play against when you come here to Bloemfontein. But we're happy with the result. You know, we pride ourselves on our fitness, and I think today it showed in the second half that we were able to click on, step up that level, and it wasn't them that was stepping up.
First half, we probably got on top of ourselves a bit. There was a lot of space, and we were just too eager to get there. So we made a few mistakes and they capitalised. But the second half, I thought we were really clinical. And yeah, when it starts to open up like that, when teams are getting tired, I think our fitness really showed through, and we've got the platform for us backs to kind of go out the back and have a go. And I thought the forwards, you know, for us to do that, I thought the forwards stepped up really well and took it to the Cheetahs.
Yeah, it was tough. I think we worried too much about maybe the altitude. You know, it's probably something we talked about, you know, in our little groups all week. And but it's something you just need to get on with. You know, the first 20 minutes we scored a try straight off the bat, and then they scored 2 tries. You know, and you're a bit shocked. You're like, well, is that the altitude or is it just the performance? But you know, when we all got settled into our game plan, and you know, like you said, everything just started clicking. It was a bit easier.
Massive win against Munster at home. You know, they're a really tough side, and then coming here is never easy. You know, we're at altitude. It's tough on our fitness. It's tough mentally as well. So yeah, off the back of 2 wins, I think we'll be raring to go next weekend as well.
You know, it's still a massive opportunity for us. You know, next week to get another, you know, a win hopefully on the road, and we'll enjoy our week in Cape Town training, and then off to Port Elizabeth.
Earlier in the team room here in Cape Town, I caught up with Jason O'Halloran, who ran us through some of the best tries in the analysis section. Welcome back to the analysis section of Warriors HQ. This week I'm joined by Jason O'Halloran and analyst Greg Woolard. He's quite short. Jace, you must be delighted with the manner of the result on the weekend.
Yeah, look, the second half was excellent, Jack. We learned a lot of really good lessons about playing in the Republic and treasuring the ball, which we did really well in the second half and got some really good rewards.
From attack point of view, the conditions over here really lend themselves to some running rugby, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and there's also a good ability to play field position too, with particularly when you're playing at high veld, there's some thin air and you can pump the ball down the other end. So I think we dominated possession and territory, which was great. But yeah, certainly handling was pretty easy. It's generally a dry ball. The field was in excellent condition, so you just get excited about those sort of conditions. So it was nice to run in 7 tries, but again we were a little bit frivolous with the ball in the first half, and that put us under pressure.
Well, the first clip we're going to look at is one of those 7 tries. It's Ali Price's. Talk us through this.
Look, we've been working a lot lately on our down lines, well, sort of an attacking weak shoulder with our forwards, so that's really how this comes about. So if we just play it through. First of all, I was really happy with the decision from Xander here after this offload to carry it forward, and then we get a really good clean up from Fraser, which provides front foot ball. If we go to view 4 now, Ali gets out, and crucially, these down lines from Ollie Kibble and Rob Hardy in unison with this release ball out the back from Adam Hastings really unsettles this defender. So maybe if we click back again, Greg. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for different lines. So 2 down lines and a release. And like I say, these down lines followed by that really unsettles this defender. He can't fully commit to Rob. He's worried about Adam as well. By the time he makes that commitment, it's too late now. All he can get is an arm, not even an arm. Ali, as all our halfbacks do, continues to run that optimistic line on the inside and picks up a bit of a plum, so really pleased with that.
You can see Ali call it for it there, so the communication skills.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ali, again, is a very quick guy, as is George and Nick Frisbee, so they can get in support really, really quickly. Oftentimes you see them in that support line when it's a much wider play than that, but that was a bit of a gimme, but he did really well to get out interest that first defender as well.
Let's have a look at another try. This one's from Callum Gibbons.
Yeah, again, this is from a turnover, so they come back. We're a little bit short-sighted here in terms of our numbers, and they try to play back to that. But crucially, we get a bit of line speed here and force a skill error from them. And then I think if we frame by frame this, I think it's number one, it's a fantastic pick-up from George. The other benefit of him having to stoop for this, it gives him a really good body position. And any time in a game of rugby, when you can hit a defender in the chest with your shoulder, you're going to win that battle. And it's what we get from George. Crucially, he's able to sight the receiver and make a 2-handed offload. Now, when we offload well, that's the picture we get. We're dominant in terms of the physical collision. We're able to get our head around, sight receiver, make a 2-handed pass. The ones that aren't so successful, often when we're falling forward, we don't sight the receiver and we sort of throw it one-handed. So it's still a real work on for us. We're really ambitious with the way we play, but we just want to make sure that the detail around our offloading is as accurate as that one.
During pre-season, you spoke a lot about how we were working on skills and basic handling. Is it nice to see that coming into fruition in a game like this? Absolutely,
and just little things too. I mean, Callum's anticipation of that break, getting himself into a good support line, and George's awareness, and like I say, just his want to get through that tackle and be really aggressive through there, and the skill to pick that up. And like you say, Jake, we've done a lot of work with the big men around their skills, so to see a hooker pick that up off his laces like that and make a beautiful pass. And oftentimes those types of offloads you can throw them very low as well, so just the dexterity to give a little wrist flick to get that height up to Callum's chest makes that so much easier. He can maintain his running speed onto the ball and makes what is actually quite a difficult skill look very, very easy.
Well, Jace, thanks very much for your insight. Thanks for joining us on the analysis section again. Next week we'll be looking at what is hopefully another good win against the Kings.
Cheers.
Our attention now turns to this weekend and the Southern Kings. We fly to Port Elizabeth on Friday for our game on Saturday afternoon. Here's a look at what we've been up to in Cape Town, both training and on days off. Thanks for watching Warriors HQ. You can catch us next week when we'll be back on home soil. Don't forget you can listen to myself and Adam Ash on the new Warriors Weekly podcast on Apple Podcasts and Acast and every other podcast platform. Until next week, thanks very much.